What's up? What's up? Welcome back to Chasing the Target. As usual, I have with me Mr. Rayan Ahmed, and we got a new special guest today, Mr. Aftab Khan, aka Afi. Assalamu alaikum, bro. How are you, man?
Walaikum salam, Musti bhai. All good. Happy to be here. Honored, actually. I was
No,
on the
it's
football podcast and now cricket. I feel really good about this.
no, it's our absolute pleasure. You're a passionate cricket fan, football fan as well, but a lot of knowledge about the game. You're in Chicago right now, so you've
Yeah.
been you still into the cricket. You don't leave your passion, and it's good to have you. And we'll learn a lot from your insight as well. Plenty to talk about, and yeah, no formalities. जो भी बोलना है बोल सकते हैं, कैसा भी बोलना है बोल सकते हैं, फिर संभाल लेंगे. Uh,
Yes.
Ryan, what's up, man? Enjoying the
What's up?
cricket,
What's
bro?
up? Yes, bro. Unlike you guys, I can actually watch it during the daytime instead of the night.
Yeah. I can watch it the daytime. I'm
Oh
just an
yeah,
hour
you
and a half
understand? Yeah,
behind you.
yes,
Yeah, I can just
yes,
hour and a half, but it's like breakfast timings for us, like
yes, yeah.
brunch timings. But yeah, like honestly, still the big teams haven't played yet, like properly, apart from the warm up games. But this first round has been pretty interesting. We've seen some new
It
talent
has been
arise.
some upsets.
Some upsets as well. West Indies, Sri Lanka both losing in the first game, but Sri Lanka fighting back. I'm going to ask Afi about the Sri Lanka game, but Ryan, did you tell me about the Netherlands, Namibia? We all thought Namibia will win today and qualify, but
Qualify.
it was Netherlands who made it difficult for themselves
Yes,
towards the end.
yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
they bowled
Namib-
really well, but batting wise, they did mini collapse.
exactly, yeah. The thing with Namibia was in that power play, they lost the game right then and there when they were batting. They had a very slow start, lost 3 wickets in the power play. The Netherlands bowlers, especially Colin Ackerman took a wicket. We've seen him in the county championship perform time and again for Leicestershire. I think it is Leicestershire, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So and as well as Roloff van der Merwe, who doesn't forget, who can forget him, played for South Africa. One of our early in our childhood heroes, he was kind of, I could say, he used to play.
Yeah.
And I was impressed with Bass Day leader. Haven't seen much of him, obviously. Not a do not watch Netherlands regularly, but a good all-round performance from him. Got a crucial wicket in the power play, and then they did well, bowled well in the middle overs. Jan Freiling, he put up a stand. Very uh, gritty knock of 43. He played, and then but at the end of the day, 121 for six is too small a score to defend. I mean, even David Weezer, he got a boundary at the end, still took them to that score. I mean, I know Netherlands made it tough for themselves, but I don't think they had too much of a problem chasing that target, especially after the start their openers gave them. Vikramjit Singh and Max Dowd both scored, put up a partnership of 59 or so, and then. Uh, the Namibian bowling attack didn't have the same impact as the Netherlands attack in the early overs. So, but they did come back. They did take a few wickets in the death. Again, Jan Freiling taking 3 wickets, and he was supported by. Um, no, sorry. Jan Freiling took a single wicket, and JJ Smith also took 2 wickets in the end. Around 7 balls, they lost those 3 wickets, but then again, in the last over, they chased down the target. Got
Yeah,
them
they
at
need
21, and
6 of 6, and they hit a
yes,
boundary over
yes, they
mid
did.
off.
Fast delete,
Yeah,
fast
but
delete.
honestly, Frylink has been a player to watch out for. उन्हें पहले
Yes.
game में भी he killed it, and then
Haha.
both all-round performance again today. Like a decent start with the bat, but with the ball, look at his economy: four
Yes.
runs per over in his 4 over spell, outstanding. So he
And
definitely.
he was
Well, like you said, I think they were just 15 runs short, 15, 20 runs short. They
15.
if they
Yeah.
got to 140, they would have really made a fight of it. Because
Yes.
Netherlands, we saw even against the UAE, they were chasing 112, 113. They almost collapsed there as well. So you put them under
Yeah.
pressure, there could be a cause for
Yes,
concern.
and their middle order is still very weak. So I mean, they rely too much on their opener. So if that middle order again in the last match of the group, if they don't uh, solidify that part of their game, then again they'll struggle. But Namibia had a very good chance to go through. I mean, let's see what happens.
Yeah, now it looks like Netherlands are in the driver's seat, but anything can happen because they're playing Sri Lanka. It won't be an easy
Yes.
game for either team, but for me, Sri Lanka are favorites. If we're talking about Sri Lanka, finally they got their rhythm back. Sri Lanka, that was a crazy first innings. If you saw the
Yeah.
game, or even if you just look at the scorecard, Sri Lanka 70, but then you see that hat trick, man, the first hat
Yeah.
trick of the World Cup, Karthik Mayappan, outstanding spell
That
of
was
bowling.
absolutely Musibai. Let's just start off with how good Sri Lanka were.
Yeah.
So the first innings was absolutely packed with action. Everything, you got to see everything in it. Sri Lanka started well, and the openers were in form. They were in very good touch, especially Pathum Nissanka. Everything, he was middling, and he was going all around the park, 360 degrees. And the bowling wise, I feel the spinners were very nice. UAE was they were very impactful. And also a lot of a lot of they were really bold. They were trying new things, and you could see they were very charged up in the field as well. A few very good catches, especially the one with the um, Basil Hamid, who took that catch,
Blue
of
at mid off.
Pathum
Yeah,
Nissanka. So that was actually drifting
yeah, drifting. Yeah.
over mid off. He went to the right and then he dove to the left. It was absolutely amazing to watch that. And obviously, the hat trick, Karthik Mayappan. The wrong and, like, it was so hard to judge. He got the captain. What's his name?
Tanaka. Tanaka.
Yeah, he got the cap. Yeah, he got the captain of the third ball of that hat
Yeah.
trick. That was amazing. He went to play. He went to play for the leg spin and just came through the gap. It was beautiful to watch.
घुस गया था अंदर एकदम. That was my favorite
एकदम
delivery.
बाहर से अंदर आ गया था वो.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
brilliant ball. Even the first ball, I think to Rajapaksa, that was also a googly over there. Even the second, the caught behind was also a googly. If I'm
yeah.
not
All,
mistaken,
all three of them actually. None of them
all three of
turned.
them.
Yeah,
He has a really good bully on
Lakshman
him, and
was.
he's gonna get a lot of calls now. A lot of T20 leagues will be definitely signing him up.
Yeah.
Even just from this one spell, I know that it's just one game, but this is how cricket works. You make your mark, you get a hat trick in the World Cup. You will be in the market for sure. And also, you mentioned about Sri Lanka. I felt that he really paced his innings well in the beginning. He didn't give away his wicket. He was going kind of run a ball, 50 or 48, 50 or 49.
It
When he
was
got
Nisanka, I think, Mustafa, not Asalanka.
yeah, Nisanka, sorry. Aslanka got out, but yeah,
Yeah.
Nisanka. And then he accelerated. He played that scoop shot as well through covers, through the leg side. He has some power. He generates some good power for a small lad. So I felt that that was a really good innings. Uh,
And
and the one
they're
shot,
all proper. They're all proper cricketing shots. They're not unconventional. He plays everything with the top hand, so
yeah.
he's a delight to watch actually.
Yeah, 100%. And then if we look at the second innings, Chamira, man, he just completely
Destroyed.
changed the game. Extra
Yeah,
pace. That's what you need in Australia. And the lengths they bowled today, they mixed it up better. Like they were bowling those hard lengths, short of a good length, and when required, they went and hit that Yorker. I think it was Madhusanka or Madhushan. He cleaned up all the
yeah.
stumps for one of the wickets, and there was
Yeah, that was a beautiful ball. But if you could see Chamira, on these pitches, obviously there's a lot of help for the bowlers with the condition, but
yeah.
the movement was off the ball, like off the seam, and that was beautiful to watch. That
Yeah.
was unplayable, and one after the other, everyone fell. They couldn't hold up against this brilliant bowling performance by Sri Lanka.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think hitting the deck was important. They didn't do that in the first game,
Yeah,
and in this game, you could see that instead of bowling too many slower deliveries, they made sure they had that pace and they varied their length, but not too much their pace. And I think that
yeah,
worked today. And it was always going to be difficult for the UAE. Like even 150, I felt they were in the game, but it was always going to be a difficult chase.
yeah, definitely.
Uh, Ryan, are you ready to meet somebody that
Yes.
you've this is Mr. Vinay Hariharan all the way from Toronto, Canada. Vinay, meet Ryan, meet Aftab, two
What's
passionate
up,
Vinay,
men.
boys?
what's up? What's
Hi,
up?
brother. How are you?
I think
Uh,
this is first time for Aftab in the show.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
so
my
he's
first.
making his debut, bro. He came on Chasing Green Arrows long time ago, but his first time on this show. And he's in Chicago. You're in Toronto. Vinay is actually the son of umpire Hariharan, who used to umpire back
Wow.
in the 2000s.
Oh,
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah.
It was your father used to do the six like this.
Yes, that
Yeah.
Yes, I remember now. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's one of our friends. A good cricketing brain, and he's an off spinner himself, so he understands the game well.
leading off
Vinay,
spinner.
congratulations, man! Sri Lanka won
Musi,
today.
leading off spinner. Be correct.
Leading off spinner who also got hit for 32 in over in one of the.
Who also was the highest wicket taker. Remember that too.
But Vinay, congratulations, man! Sri Lanka won, bro.
Why are you congratulating me? Why are you doing this to me? Like this, like you're doing another Arsenal to me, hey?
But yeah, a much better performance. You're happy with that?
Much better performance. They were actually like I was seeing the highlights today morning, and the way I forget the name of the person, the opening bowler that they have now, Madhushan or someone. That guy. That guy bowled like the outswinger that he was bowling. He was troubling the batsman early on. Like both the first two balls, I think both were catches of his bowling. And Madhushan, yeah, he was like there was enough swing, so that's a good sign even for other teams that are playing in that venue. In the future, that there is some swing, there is some bounce, and the outfield is slower, so you have to make those runs much you have to run a lot, especially in the other game as well. In the UAE game today, if you had seen, it was a lot slower boundary, and they just had to run a lot. So these are some of the signs that other teams need to be wary of when they're playing their own games. And good signs for Sri Lanka. At least one batsman clicked for them, but they did succumb in the middle with like 3 quick wickets. The hat trick by Meyyappan, I guess, shocked them a little bit. And yeah, it was overall some good fielding in between. And then the drop guys, that's something that was a worry because they got like 20 runs, and those can be crucial, especially when they've lost their first game. That 20 runs could be the deciding factor when they play on net run rate and stuff if they're competing with other teams.
Yeah. Rad, from this group, who are you banking on to qualify?
Sri Lanka and Namibia.
You're going Sri Lanka and Namibia. So
Yeah,
that means
Namibia will
Namibia
beat UAE. I think Namibia
Yeah.
will beat the UAE, and Sri Lanka will comfortably beat the Netherlands.
And
It's
for
the other
you?
group. It's the other group that is interesting.
Yeah, we're going to preview those two games right now. But Afi, for you, who's going to be
Yeah,
qualifying?
I'd go with Ran. I was thinking the same thing. Let's see.
Sri Lanka and Netherlands.
Yeah. Namibia.
No, Namibia. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be difficult for. But the thing is, Netherlands bowling is really good, but his batting I'm worried about. If they collapse like that, Sri Lanka will eat them up.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm worried about. Vinay, for you?
Again, based on net run rate right now, I think Namibia is going to get through because they're playing UAE, and most likely they're going to win that game. So, looking at that aspect, it's going to be Namibia. But you can never count out Netherlands, man. They can pull off an upset, just like how they did against which team was it? Australia previously?
Who?
England.
Netherlands.
England.
No. England was Ireland won against England.
Oh,
Netherlands pulled it off against these guys, Australia, in the World Cup. So it can be one more.
It was England in the
England.
2000.
No,
Twice.
England, they did it
9
twice.
and 14. They did it twice actually.
Yeah, they did it twice.
Yes.
Oh,
Achha.
they beat Australia.
They beat Australia, yeah. In the
They beat
T20
Australia
World
too.
Cup,
Long
man.
time back.
No, man.
No,
They
no.
chased down that 200 and something in 14 overs against another team. It wasn't Australia. It was another team.
No, they won the T20 game against Australia in the first edition or second edition or something.
That was England. They beat England.
England.
Dirk
Yeah,
Nance
it
was
was
at
at
that.
Lords.
Okay.
It
That
was
was
at
the
Lords.
second time, actually.
Yeah.
Yes, it was
And
at Lords.
Australia lost to Zimbabwe in the first T20 World Cup. When Hayden and these guys were playing, that's when
Yeah.
Zimbabwe won. Yeah.
Now that I'm married, the statisticians have gone down. No.
But yeah, tomorrow's game, there's two games: Ireland, Scotland, West Indies, Zimbabwe. Rehan, which one do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the Windies and Zimbabwe game.
Yeah.
Windies, they must be licking their wounds after the absolute demolition they got at the hands of Scotland. Couldn't even. I mean, that kind of a loss for West Indies, a team who have they are the ones who are supposed to. The T20 format is supposed to be their best format because their players play so many leagues, and I was shocked I was absolutely shocked because this was only the second T20 international of Scotland for the year. West Indies
Yeah.
have played over 14 T20 internationals, and Scotland came in and just beat them. So tomorrow against Zimbabwe, who are also coming off a win, Sikandar Raza after a very good performance, 82 or 48. Our boy Siki.
खाली लेग साइड स्विंग कर रहा है
Yes.
across the line and
एक
so
ही शॉट मारा, एक ही शॉट मारा, हर जगह एक ही.
कल देखना जरूरी है वो मैच आफ्टरनून में. It is, I'm looking forward because I'm banking. I've always had a soft spot for West Indies. I
Yeah,
always
and
love
West
the way they
Indies,
play cricket.
And West Indies, they've always, throughout the years, they've always been packed with all-rounders and these X factors. They come out of
Yeah.
nowhere in the middle order and they hit big. You never know with West Indies. They've always, for me personally, they've always been favorites in the shorter formats in recent years.
Yeah, no, 100%, and that's why that Scotland game was so shocking. Now
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
time for them
Yeah.
to come back. But Zimbabwe won't be a easy kind of game because they're coming off, like you said, like
a
a really
win
good win.
for themselves. Yes, a very good win against a good Ireland team. Very strong. They've faced
Yeah.
India and Pakistan in the recent series, and Netherlands as well. So they've come from a very a good cricketing summer. Although they didn't win many games, I don't think they won a single game, but still, against Zimbabwe is going to be good because I think the win against Australia for Zimbabwe recently, even though it was an ODI series, that has given them a good platform to build on. So that's why they've come in strongly into the T20 World Cup. And I'm looking forward to watching Blessing Musarabani, a very good performance against Ireland. Lanky, tall bowler, reminds you of Christopher Mpofu, if you remember him. Yes.
And to be honest,
EA cricket.
Man, to
He
be
was a
honest,
legend.
all these new teams and these new exciting players, you never know. Like the whole game is in a transition. You
Yeah,
never know when these when these players they actually face big teams in seasoned teams. You'd actually know what are their performances, and now you have so many platforms all over the world. If you play on the big stage, you will be noticed. You'll have an exponential growth to your career. So.
yeah. That's an excellent point because not only are they playing T20 leagues, which is a huge
Yes.
thing for individual players, but as teams like Ryan pointed out, they played Australia in Australia. So, they get to acclimatize to the conditions before anyone else. Netherlands played Pakistan, they played England as well. So, these kind of series will help you. And it just goes to show if you want to improve the competition in cricket, you need big teams to play these
Big
small
teams
teams.
to be
And
associated.
T20 is a kind of a competition where you can have upsets. It's not like a test match where it's a bit more difficult for the weaker team to do better. But in T20s, you can have those upsets. So that's a very good point.
Yes.
After, but I just want to say that Vinay will remember. You guys, I don't think you were born at that time, but like in the 90s, Zimbabwe were actually a big threat to India. They used to beat India, man. Like in
Yeah.
Henry
the
Olonga,
He-
Henry
he-
Olonga, and
Each week, Grand
Alistair
Flower.
what was that guy's name? Man, Eric Brandt.
Eric Bray. No, I know there's Andy Johnson. He was the guy who used to
Yeah,
open
yeah.
the bat. He was the typical gully cricketer, open batsman, open bowler.
Yeah.
For Zimbabwe, and that Zimbabwe team actually they used to make life difficult for India. And
Do you
for other
remember
teams-
that game, India Zimbabwe 1999 World Cup?
Yeah, that's exactly
Henry
what I was
Olonga came at the end, Robin Singh, and then there were three other people took a hat trick or something, or 4 wickets in an over, and then
Yeah.
changed the game completely.
Yeah, they changed the game, and teams used to struggle. So it's good to see these kind of teams come back. Even for us, Sri Lanka, you guys remember Sri Lanka, Sangakkara, and these guys, they were outstanding. South Africa was outstanding. So hopefully now,
I mean,
the
we
big
should-
three play
we
other
should be
teams.
glued to the TV when South Africa used to play, and especially in the early 2000s and mid 2000s. I mean,
Yeah.
their pace and everything. It was one of the most entertaining teams they had put together. They
And
were
honestly, there was
complete.
the pinnacle was Morne Morkel and Dale Steyn. That whole combination that
Yes.
was absolutely brilliant. Like people tell me about Andy Roberts, Joel Garner, Michael Holding, and all, but I
ये
don't know
टक्कर
if
के
they were
खेला.
as good as Dale Steyn was. And I don't know. That's my argument, man. I think he's all time. He's my all time favorite.
Yeah, the thing is, we haven't seen those West Indian
Yeah.
bowlers. From what I saw, they were outstanding as well.
Yeah.
But from our
83
generation,
में
yeah, from our generation, even the generation just before that, Wasim Akram, Waqar Yunus, Magra, Pollock, these guys were crazy, and Alan Donald. So I think in each generation you have these special talents, and we were lucky to see someone like a
Yeah.
Dale Steyn. And the good thing was at that time there wasn't too much these T20 leagues and everything, so the
Yeah.
bowlers were more informed. They get less injured. Now you see like such a big tournament, you have like 3 4 big fast bowlers out, and some people waiting in the wings again.
Hectic schedules.
Yeah, hectic,
Nice.
very hectic.
The
But yeah,
whole face of the game has changed. You don't see people respecting the red ball anymore. The whole pace of the game and how people look, the approach has changed completely.
yeah,
It's mostly a batsman game now. But like to see good bowling, like like you can see Karthik Meyapan and bowlers like that come out and bowl beautifully. It's very, I appreciate it a lot.
yeah,
I think
definitely.
cricket is more commercialized more than anything.
Yes.
That is why you're seeing most of these kind of transitions. Like earlier, people used to respect the game itself. Now it's more about how it appears on the TV.
Yeah.
I think IPL has absolutely destroyed the sport.
And it's gonna go that way. It's gonna go into that
We should have
franchise
a
mode.
we should have a debate on this Monday. Like the way Sky Sports have had recently with
Yeah.
Sean Pollock and Ravi Shastri, all of them. We should all have a huge panel discussion on the future of cricket Monday.
अब
I
तो
have
बस
a
खाली
feeling,
10 ओवर पे आ जाते हैं उन लोग.
huh?
T20 won't be enough. 10 ओवर पे आ जाएंगे उन लोग.
Yeah.
Yeah, message होने वाला है. But also मेरे को ऐसा दिख रहा है कि a lot of these broadcasters and stuff are getting tipped to talk about this, the one day format because एकदम से बहुत obvious हो गया. They're like
Yeah.
एकदम से they're saying कि they should scrap it and just focus on T20. So I think BCCI and the ICC, they're looking to make it more T20 focused. But yeah, let's see how it goes. We don't know what's going to happen till now. The other game is Ireland versus Scotland. Afi, how are you looking at this?
I mean, I won't do justice to it. I guess if Vinay wants to review that, it would be better.
Yeah,
Because
Vinay,
a lot of
Ireland
details
versus
that I
Scotland.
have not heard about. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Scotland might take it through with the current form that they have, the current players that they have. They are much more balanced side compared to Ireland at this point. Because if you actually see, they have a good batting lineup and a solid bowling lineup that Scotland has. So I think Scotland is much more favored than Ireland for this game.
Yeah, I think honestly, Ireland is a very good team, but momentum
Ireland
is.
has always been unpredictable over the years. So, like,
Yeah.
you never know.
Yeah, they do still have experienced players, so I'm still bank on them to take it close. But Scotland have that; they have a lot of confidence. But you saw again, Namibia had that confidence; they lost to Netherlands. So I still feel that this game can go either way. But I'm watching
And
out.
Ireland, I feel, has a shorter batting lineup compared to Scotland. Like when you go after Harry Tector there, and I don't think they have a good
The depth.
solid. Yeah, the depth is not there. They
Watch
have.
out for Sterling tomorrow, bro. Vinny, he's gonna have a big game,
Monster.
man. He's gonna.
I
Yes.
hope so.
Yeah, he's gonna have a big
I
game
hope
tomorrow.
so.
He's a box office player when he's on it. He's
Yeah,
absolute box office. Yeah.
when he's in the zone,
Yeah.
that's it. And he hasn't clicked right till now, but I think this is the game against Scotland. He'll make the most of it. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up the group stages for now for today. Let's talk about the warm-up games. I think there's plenty of interest for everybody in the
Yes.
warm-up games. You don't need to do any research. It's India versus New Zealand is the game tomorrow. Ryan Shami is back with the bang. One over,
Yes.
3
Three for
wickets
4.
plus a run out. Yeah, outstanding spell.
I mean-
I'll tell you something. I don't think he was going to start that Pakistan game
Yes.
even. But that one over,
One
I
over.
still think he might not start, but it might change Rohit Sharma's mind.
Tomorrow's 4 overs can probably influence Rohit Sharma more. Probably the way he performs tomorrow against New Zealand, if he's given the ball in the power play or if he's explicitly used as a death bowler tomorrow instead of Harshal Patel, like coming in bowling 3 of the last 6 overs, something like that. If he's given that role, it depends on what role Rohit Sharma sees him in. If Bhuvaneshwar exclusively taking over the power play duties and Shami being compartmentalized as a death bowler, it depends what Rohit thinks. But
Shami is
still,
a kind
I would
of-
love to see.
Yeah, Shami is a kind of bowler who can bowl.
Face bowler.
Yeah, he can bowl at any stage of the game actually. Because of his straight seam position. It's amazing how he deals with the new ball as well as the old ball.
And
It's
the
actually,
accuracy of his Yorkers was, I mean, he was on the money almost every ball in that
yeah,
last over. He was superb.
he's
I mean,
super.
you could say they were the tail enders, but still, any batsman have struggled to play those balls.
Yeah, and
And
you need
now
to
this
clean up
could give him more
tailenders as well.
confidence.
Who
Yeah,
You
was
need to clean up.
tailenders? It was John Inglis, Pat Cummins. They're not called tailenders.
I mean, still, I mean, बोल सकते हैं ना वैसा विनय.
Yeah,
Both. No, I understand the point. It's just like those four balls, definitely that he bowled in that last over were crucial. But the other debate point is Ashwin going to play as well
Ashwin,
as Ashwin going to play, or if Shami comes in, are you going to drop Bhuvi or Harshal?
you have to drop. So if Shami comes in, either you have to drop Chahal or you have to drop Harshal
Harshal.
Patel. Yeah, and if you drop Chahal, Ashwin plays. If you drop yeah, but basically you need one bowler who can bat. That's
Yes.
what you need. You can, I don't think you can go Shami, Bhuvi, Chahal, Arshdeep. I don't think they're going
Yeah.
with that bowling attack. Even though that would be ideal. I know Shami has a 50 at Lords, is it, Ryan? But
Yes. Yes.
I don't think.
Twice, I think. Not just
Yeah.
one at Trent one at Lords.
Yeah, but I
Or
don't think you're going to
would they drop Bhuvi and get Harshal and have Arshdeep and Shami and Chahal at the end?
But you have to look at the form bowlers right now. Bhuvi is in better form than Harshal Patel. Arshdeep is someone that you're gonna bank on in the death overs. Harshal Patel as well he bowled a really good death over, but he's been expensive in apart from that. He bowled two good death overs in the last month. Apart from that, he's been gone. He's gone around the park. So it's a tough decision. I would personally play Chahal.
Yeah.
And I
But
don't know
with the solidity of the top seven that we have, I mean, they've all been coming into form now. Even Rahul that we discussed, a very good innings of 57. Although Rohit played a supporting role in that opening 69-run partnership, I think it was.
Yeah.
But that I think we could afford to go with could we afford to go with Chahal, Arshdeep, Shami, and Bhuvi attack?
I guess
In-
absolutely, because there's a very strong batting lineup. We have Virat Kohli. If he clicks, is going to be absolutely like legendary. Obviously, there's Surya Kumar Yadav. Like, you don't know where to place your fielders when he's playing.
Yes.
You get the offside inside. You get the offside away, and he'll go leg side. He'll do everything with the bat. So I guess like you have Hardik Pandya. I mean, he's gonna finish games for you. Like, even if it comes like down to him with the bat or the ball, he's gonna do wonders in this tournament. So I guess you can go with what Ryan said, and I don't know what is your opinion about it.
And
So Ryan, you
also
think seven batsmen?
one more thing I would like to add. Sorry, Akshar Patel, right? Akshar Patel. Akshar Patel has improved his power hitting in the last 6 months. That's very evident to see. Especially we saw it in the West Indies series. So I mean, we discussed this earlier as well between him and Jadeja. Jadeja probably the more reliable option, but Akshar Patel is not some slouch. Okay, I mean, if
I feel
needed,
no one
he
in
can
India
play the
is.
26 of 12 innings at the end of the end of an innings if the top five carry the innings till that point. So
The only problem I have in this is that will they take a bit more responsibility, and will it play a mental game on their minds, saying that listen, we don't have batting after this, we need to be a bit more responsible. Whereas in England, they're batting till Adil Rashid, and they're going to go bang every single delivery.
Yeah.
So I think it's okay, this approach in the initial stages, but if you reach the knockouts and you're going to come up against England, I don't think you can afford to waste 2-3 deliveries taking your time or anything like that. They have to go from ball one. So that's my only concern in that.
Yeah.
If you're playing
To
with a
that
long tail.
to that point, Musti, if you actually see England and West Indies kind of have a similar batting lineup. They bat till
Yeah.
the level, right? Even McCoy, I think, hits a lot of sixes and stuff. Right?
कैसा
When you
मारता
see-
है ball one से?
yeah. So you saw that thing that the last game that they played, they lost because of that, right? There was no one actually staying on the crease, and everyone was just hitting. England, if they go that route, that's another possibility. They can also succumb, right? So there are those kind of possibilities as well. But to the point of the playing 11, for me, I think on the Australian pitches, I might go pick Ashwin over Akshar, just
Not
on the
Kumar.
basis.
Leave him alone, man.
The reason why I would do that, if the grounds like the big grounds that we got, Aksar is more flatter in terms of trajectory, right? And
I agree with that. I agree with that. But with the bat, you need Akshar Patel, bro.
I understand with the bat, but then you're playing a Harshal and Ashwin who can chip in those runs. You're not expecting them to score 50s and 100s. You're expecting them to score just 10, 15 runs if possible, right? And same with Aksar as well. So you have already the batting lineup that can actually score on top. I understand that if there's a collapse, then of course the tail has to pick up. But then these are capable batsmen who can easily chip in runs. And Aksar is not a big hitter. Again, he can hit those sixes here and there, but he's not a big hitter, power hitter, or anyone. So he's a similar style as Ashwin as well.
भाई
And
फिर
Ashwin
पूरे
is
राइट हैंडर्स
confident.
रहते हैं लाइनअप पे एक लेफ्ट हैंडर भी नहीं रहता
But it
Akshar,
also depends on the situation, right? It
Yeah,
also depends on who you're playing and what are your needs. You have depth
exactly.
in your squad, and you would obviously play according to the other team's strength. You need Ashwin because of the experience he has with the ball. He'll stop runs for you. You need Akshar Patel with the ability he has with the bat, but it totally depends on the situation the team is in and
Yeah.
in the tournament and against the strength of the other team.
yeah, that's a
but
very good
one
point.
question is, as he said, Ashwin's bowling about Ashwin's bowling in recent months, especially in the South Africa T20 series as well as Australia. Akshar Patel has been in better wicket taking form than Ashwin. So do we consider that as well? And Vinay, I'm sorry, but I think I'll disagree with you that Akshar Patel is a very similar type of batsman to Ashwin. The thing is, Akshar Patel is a far more comfortable power hitter than Ashwin at the moment,
Yeah.
at this point of time. I'd say that.
No, absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
and a flat left arm spinner. Obviously, he'll be economic because of the big grounds in Australia. It'll be tough to get the ball away into the gaps because it comes onto the bat very fast. So they won't be able to get the timing right. So, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा his economy might be hovering between 7 to 8 runs an over. That won't matter. And plus, if people try to take him on the longer boundaries, they'll get caught in the deep. So I think Akshar Patel is a no-brainer in that lineup.
Yeah, I
In
agree.
my
For
opinion.
me, it's very simple. He's a left-hander. I need a left-hander in my team. If Rishabh Pant's not playing, which I don't think he's going to start, I need a left-hander in my team just to break that thing. I know
Yes.
not many people like talking about the right hand, left hand thing, but it does make a difference.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want a left-hander. I think Akshar is a better batsman as well. For those reasons, I feel that he should play over Ashwin. Ashwin can play instead of Chahal, but again, I would play Chahal because of the leg spinner. I need a leg spinner in my team as well. So for
Or
me,
I'm sorry again. Sorry to interrupt you again, Usab. But
Okay.
but Ashwin as one of the out and out off spinner, like the way Chahal bowls slower pace and more flighted deliveries. Probably Ashwin can do what he does in Test matches, right? The kind
Yeah.
of bowling he does, he could probably bowl those lengths and those variations, and he could probably be the kind of replacement for Chahal while providing batting depth as well. Maybe we
Yeah.
could consider that.
Yeah, 100%. Vinay, what are you looking at in this warm-up game from India's point of view? Of course, you want to see more of Shami, but it'll give you some comfort that he's bowled well. KL Rahul coming back into form, accelerating. They listened to what Ryan said. He told Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma to talk to Rahul. That's what they did, and
Yeah.
he played faster innings. Surya Kumar was in good form. Kohli in the field was outstanding. But what would you like to see in this warm-up game? I honestly don't take warm-up games seriously. India won both their warm-up games last time. It didn't make one inch of a difference. But what would you like to see in this warm-up game?
I think this one, I feel Kohli and Rohit need to bat more. Like they need to take more responsibility and get those runs and get that confidence going into a big game, especially against Pakistan. It'll be a confidence booster that they need. And someone like Pandya needs to stay on the innings. That shot was very silly that he played
Yes.
the other day.
So he just guided it
And
straight.
people talking about he being the best all-rounder is not being justified with the kind of shot he's
No,
selecting at this point.
Look, when they have the discussion with me, a lot of people debate this with me on this show or even on
No, see,
WhatsApp.
you know the poke was for someone else, not for you.
No, I know, but I'm saying Hardik Pandya right now is not the best all-rounder in the world. But I hope that he shows what he is on the
Exactly.
world stage. If India are going to win this World Cup, Hardik Pandya is going to be the main player. I'm telling you from now. That's just my opinion. It's not fact,
Yeah.
but I think that if India wins this World Cup, Hardik Pandya will be your main player. I know Surya Kumar is there and everything, but Pandya is an impact player with bat and ball. He's going to win you the World Cup, but he's not on the level right now of Stokes and everything. But this is the World Cup. This is the stage for him to show that he's on that level.
Exactly, and he needs to take more responsibility, especially the kind of batting he needs to showcase. He needs to take more responsibility and not play those trash shots. Like it's always been a case where whenever he's in batting, the first 8 balls is always dicey. That's when you easily can get him out. Right?
That's the
You need
problem,
to
and he takes too many deliveries at that time.
And
exactly,
and if
exactly.
he takes
especially those 8 balls
responsibility,
are
as
eight
Vinay
balls
said,
are
he
board shot.
uh,
When
Bolo,
he's
Afi, bolo, Afi,
yeah.
bolo.
Sorry, Ran, you can go next. I
ball,
was
I'm
just
sorry, I
saying,
apologize.
before I
Ball.
forget, if he starts taking responsibility, the good part is that he'll get those 40, 50 runs which actually matter, like against the big teams in the World Cup. It's a big stage, and
Yeah.
even like 10 or 15 runs really matter. So if Hardik Pandya clicks and he gets an opportunity with the bat, I feel he's going to be a turning point for India,
Yeah.
and he has to deliver. It's his chance to deliver.
Yeah.
He's the one player, Rayan. I know you're going to add something, but he's the one player I feel in the India team who can clear the boundary with ease. He's going to be your six
Yes,
hitter. So
no
Yeah,
doubt,
that's
no
for me,
doubt.
he's your match
true.
winner.
Yeah,
I know Surya Kumar and these guys, but there's going to be the odd shot. Even Rohit Sharma, I've seen plenty of times where they pull it or something and they get caught in the leg side boundary. But Hardik Pandya is someone when he hits it, it stays hit.
he
And
plays,
in
he
this
survives
format
those. Yeah.
especially, sorry, Ram.
No, please
No,
continue. Please continue. Please
no,
continue.
in this format, especially in this format, it's like it's an entertaining game, right? So you need unconventional players. You need that in your middle order. So that's why I feel West Indies have always done well because of that factor. So I
Yeah.
think Hardik Pandya adds to that factor a lot.
Yeah. Rayan, bolo, jaldi bolo.
क्या होना भाई हार्दिक
No, you're
पांड्या
going to
बस
say.
8 शुरू के 10 बॉल खेल ले अच्छे से खेल ले बाकी के रन मार ले दैट वाज व्हाट आई वांटेड टू से that's it a
I
small
think
gist of what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
I personally feel that he should bat 2 down for at least the warm up game,
Pinda
just
ne
to get
खेलेगा also in the warm-up game.
warm up game. Bhai, sun to lo pehle. Warm
Pinda
up game for now.
Kumar,
Warm
yeah.
up game for now to get that eye in and then go for those big shots because we all know how his power is. He just needs to get his eye in.
You know what? One issue also that India have, I feel this is not really an issue, but it's something that I feel that they lack flexibility in the batting order. If you see other teams, even in the West
Yeah.
Indies, with the tournaments that they won, they changed around their batting order depending on match situation. England do it a lot as well,
Yeah.
but I feel that India, you cannot change the top three. You just can't, right? Like Rahul, Rohit, Virat. No one, and if you do it, it doesn't work out. Sob chade aate. So I just feel because in certain situations, I think Hardik can go one down. There will be, or Surya Kumar can go opening. I think in certain matches, if you need to set a certain score or need to chase down a certain target, you need to be a bit more flexible.
I
Yeah,
guess
will do that.
I guess when you have superstars in your first
Yeah.
three, I don't think like they'll be able to do that.
Yeah, that's the problem. But don't you think that's kind of an issue at certain times? You need that flexibility at times, no?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Because
Uh,
not everyone's gonna perform every game.
every
Rishabh
game.
And
Pant
Yeah.
could be given an opportunity as an opener sometimes. Try to
Yeah,
get
it's
quick
kind
runs.
of, and the problem is India. But India also, if you notice their approach in the last World Cup and the Asia Cup, they looked a bit scared in terms of like putting a price on their wicket and everything. Because I honestly I understand like there's so much pressure on these guys, the billion people watching and everything. They're going to be the most criticized or whatever happens. And but I just feel that this World Cup, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma's already started, but just play with your full freedom and go for it. Basically, go and
The
attack.
England
And
series
India,
is the template we need to follow. How we played in England, the three T20s. That's the
yeah,
template we need to follow. Aggressive at the front, and now that Kohli, some semi back in form, not completely back in form yet, not 100% there yet, but if he can, contribute those 30, 40 quick runs, even if at a strike rate of 130, something like that, then it will be invaluable to them.
We need
yeah.
to get back Prithvi Shaw, man. That's all the
Prithvi,
solution.
this is just a
bro.
hypothetical situation. So Mustafa, what do you like? You brought in that argument of having a left-hand batsman in your team, right? So would you like in a scenario like choose Dhawan over Rahul?
No. Not in the T20s, just because I feel that Dhawan's strike rate won't be as effective. Rahul फिर भी चला के खेल सकता. If you want to, you have Rishabh Pant there. That's your option. I know he's not been in the greatest T20 form per se, but he's shown in one days and test matches that he can play at a certain strike rate. And Dhawan one days, I still feel he has a bit in him left. He has that maybe one World Cup next year that he can play. But he's what, 36, 37 now. I would just back a youngster in that sense, and I would let them go. Honestly, my ideal T20 openers would be probably Prithvi Shaw, man. He would be one guy I would just
Yes.
give
Prithvi
him.
Shaw and Jaiswal.
Jaiswal. Both left-handers.
Not really Jaiswal, but maybe more experienced guy with them, and just give him the full license, go for it. But I think Rahul and Rohit can provide you some really good starts. And I just feel that Rohit Sharma, now he's changed his mindset and he's going to be effective. He's not going to waste deliveries. There will be criticism, keep high in a wicket, phek diya, ye, wo, so, but at least he's not going to waste deliveries. And more often than not, I think he will get you the run, especially on these pitches.
If
Mostly,
Rohit
who's going to
Sharma
face the first ball? Who's going to face the first ball on India-Pakistan game?
Rohit
India,
Sharma.
Pakistan, Rohit Sharma's going to face it. Kaptan Saab.
Shaheen Shah
He's gonna
Afridi?
play Shaheen. Yo, by the way, I want to tell you guys, Vinay, these two are the biggest WWE fans you'll ever meet in your life, man. I don't know. Have you seen the latest promotion for the India-Pakistan game?
Yeah. I saw the.
I know Vinay seen it. Vinay seen it, but I want to ask these guys.
I
Have you seen
haven't
it?
seen it.
No,
Huh?
I haven't.
So I think you're gonna watch it on repeat. Basically, The Rock promotes the game, the India versus
Really?
Pakistan. Yeah. Vinay, you've seen it,
Finally.
right?
That's huge.
Yeah, that's
He's promoting
huge.
the Black Adam. He's
He's done,
promoting
bro.
the
This
Black
game is-
Adam. And while promoting Black Adam, he promotes India-Pakistan game.
He's also promoting cricket in the US, because I
The
just
Solomon
found
Islands,
out that.
bro, Hawaii.
Do you remember Unmukh Chand?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, he was talked about, and then he came against Brett Lee, and after that, I don't remember like anyone taking his name. He's playing in the US, man.
Yeah, he's playing in the US.
Yeah, So
He
you know,
was India's under-19 winning captain. He scored
Yeah,
100 in the final.
100 I just- yeah.
and then he and then he came in the IPL and he got out first ball, and after
Last
that,
with Malinga.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, his game got thing. But yeah, it's good
By
to
the
show.
way, Unmukh Chand is my junior in the stadium.
He's also my junior. What do
No,
you mean?
he's my junior in my stadium.
Oh, in your stadium.
No, we used to practice together,
I
right?
know, man.
Yeah.
You told me the story 15
Yeah, in
times.
Delhi.
Oh,
Yeah, Vinay used to play, man. Like proper
wow.
club cricket, he used to play.
yeah. After also used to play proper club cricket one time.
After you were going Ranchi?
Yeah.
I
not
wasn't
Ranchi.
doing Ranji. I was just
Today,
playing.
I think.
I was playing in Hyderabad.
Yeah, you played
See it today.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Vinay played like proper cricket. He played in. You played in Rajiv Gandhi as well, right?
Rajiv Gandhi, yeah. Uppal and Rajiv Gandhi.
Uppal is Rajiv Gandhi.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
इसको पता है हैदराबाद में क्या क्या चलता है
The other one is Fateh Maidan, but yeah, he's played. But yeah, getting back to the cricket, the other game is Pakistan Afghanistan. Are we going to see chairs getting thrown around in the warm-up game tomorrow?
Mohammad ke liye chairs is a little bit of an overkill, I think.
I think this is
Shaheen
one-
play tomorrow.
Naseem
Will
Shah is
Shaheen
playing,
get
right?
a run out?
Yeah, Naseem Shah. I think he'll play. Yeah.
No, that combination of him and Shaheen Afridi is going to be absolutely a delight to watch.
Left
And then
hand.
Haris first change, man. That's a deadly
Yeah.
bowling attack. One of the
Deadly
best.
bowling attack.
Haris Rauf is like one bowler who never gets tired. He comes,
Yeah.
he comes like a machine every stage of the game. So I love that bowler.
Yeah. Vinay, you think Pakistan have the best bowling attack going into the tournament? I know they have competition from Australia and South Africa as well, but just from raw talent, it looks very exciting. Whether they can handle the pressure is a different question.
4 bowlers, yes. The 5th bowler is always the dicey one that they have, Nawaz. He's the one that is kind of the dicey one that Pakistan has. But in terms of the best bowling, I think I'll probably go with England or South Africa, to be honest. Like South Africa, 4 established fast bowlers, and then you have that one spinner. And you can always bring in a Samshi who's in the top 5, but he might not play the first game, right? So I think that lineup is much more better than someone, even Australia for that matter. Like they have 4 quality bowlers, and then it's about the one bowler again. So that's where Pakistan and Australia, I think, have to buck up.
Yeah, and also the latest news today is that Topley is most likely going to be ruled out of the World Cup. He
Yeah,
won't.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was going to impact England a bit. They do have Billy there. They have Sam Curran. They have options in the left arm department. But it's unfortunate, man. This England team have so many injuries. Imagine they played their full strength. I think they would have blindly or lifted the World Cup if they had all their players. But
I mean, they've
this
already lifted a World Cup, so I think they're good. I think it's India
you
again.
don't want them to. You don't want them to win, huh? But it's just insane the depth that they have. Like
Yeah.
It's all
the,
quality, perfect like for like replacements.
yeah,
That's
like
the thing about them.
they have a
Yes.
proper system in place. Like I think there's something Gareth Southgate can learn from. But yeah, also Chamira today bowled really well, but I heard he is also got some injury after the game. They
Yes.
did some scans, so that will be a big loss for Sri Lanka if he doesn't play. But like to round this off, let me put you in the position.
Musti,
Yeah,
Musti, all these things were supposed to be talked in that section, and you didn't even play the section.
yeah, I know. I should have played the section, but we just were in the flow, man.
Yeah.
Fresh off the press. We'll play it tomorrow. There's still a few more. I'm waiting on it, man. The construction Hori side pay. Like once it's all done, we'll play everything together. We'll make it look professional, and then after we'll want to come
I
every
have
day
to
to
keep
our.
you in check. I have to keep you in check. We are there for that
No,
purpose only.
I had it in the back of my mind, and then I lost the plot when we started talking about Unmukh Chand. I completely
Yes.
forgot about everything. But Afi, I'm putting you in the spot. You're Rohit Sharma. I'm KL Rahul. How are we going to play the first few overs of Shaheen Afridi and Naseem Shah in that first game? Are we going to attack? Are we going to play single double, or are we going to defend?
I think they're gonna attack. They should attack because you need to put the pressure on the other team. If you start playing out bowlers like Shaheen Afridi and Naseem Shah and everyone, you're gonna feel the pressure, and I don't think you can survive the first 6 overs. So I think Rohit Sharma should, like, I expect him to have a go at them because you need the pressure on the bowling team. In the first 6 overs, that's the that gives the get go of the rest of the game.
Yeah, 100%. And Vinay, the death bowling wise, who are you going to go for if it's 30 required of 15 balls, or like 30 required of 18 balls? So who's bowling your last 3 overs for India?
Last three was Arshdeep and two from Shami.
Arshdeep, two from Shami. And Rayan, you're Babar Azam and I'm Mohammad Rizwan. How are we playing the Indian bowling?
Playing the Indian bowling. I would probably take it towards try to attack Arshdeep because he's a youngster, first T20 World Cup. Try to go easy on Bhuvaneshwar. Get there 40, 45 or 6 and then build
Yeah.
from there.
You're playing through to your strengths, basically. You're not
Yes.
saying just attack like
Yes,
that
exactly.
because you know.
Because they don't have the batting lineup
Yeah.
to support that kind of approach. So they have to
Yeah.
be cautious at the start. So I think get their 40, 45 in their first 6, build, and then go all guns blazing in the last one.
Yeah. After your top four for the World Cup
India.
semi-finals. Yeah.
So it's gonna be India. It's gonna be, I think, Pakistan. I'd like Sri Lanka there, and yeah, and I'd like
And
one of these.
Afghanistan. Asian
How
Cup.
about Namibia?
No,
नहीं Bangladesh.
I'd say
Bangladesh रहेगा एशिया का पूरा.
I'd say
Bangladesh.
I'd say West Indies because West Indies has always been a very good T20 side. So I don't know. I feel India will be the winners of the World Cup, and the Sri Lanka has always been good. They've beat us in the Asia Cup, so I feel I really they can be favorites as well. But for me, I think India is winning the World Cup.
If
For
you if
me,
you put a bet on this top 4 to finish, then you can buy half of Chicago. If really, I'm not
So,
kidding.
like
Yes.
2018 FIFA World Cup, there was this bet who's gonna win the World Cup, and I said France, and like no one else said France. So like
I said France.
I remember you didn't say that.
Why did anyone else pick France, man? That was a
I
good
don't
choice.
remember. I clearly
I think,
remember. I don't know why, but I was the only one who picked France.
This World Cup final, the football one will be Argentina versus Portugal. I think this is going to be the final. Just for
Cristiano versus Messi.
Guys,
so-
changing green arrows be here, right? Whoever's interested in football, you guys can
Yeah.
check them out. That's where we discuss this.
Yeah, and Vinay, no, I already know your top four.
What's my top four?
Actually, I don't know. You can go ahead.
No, tell me my top four.
You're gonna
It's
go India, Sri Lanka, West Indies, or Australia.
no. It's gonna be India, Australia, South Africa, and England, I think.
Okay, Ryan.
Same as Vinay. I think we mentioned this before as well.
Yeah, well, I think for the first time, I'm not as confident in India. This is the first. I always confident that they're going to reach semi. I was so shocked last time they got. I was at the World Cup and I'm like, oh shit, flight lena padega वापस. It was like so embarrassing. I was so shocked that they got knocked out in the group stages. But this is the first time. I won't be surprised if they get knocked out. But just because of that bowling, I feel there is going to be an issue. But again, if they make the semis, it's still going to be difficult for India. Hopefully, they do play a fresh brand of cricket. But T20 is you just need some luck in your favor. If India can get that luck, you can get that Joginder type spell at the end or something like that to go in their favor. I think
I
that will
feel
help.
when it comes to T20,
I think we lost him.
Yeah. मुस्ती तुम नको जाओ ऑस्ट्रेलिया तभी जीतेंगे तभी आएंगे इंडिया
यारों में नहीं यारों में
कर्स बन गया है
क्या बोले
कर्स
कर्ज पड़ गया पूरा
एशिया कप भी गए एशिया कप में भी नॉकआउट हो गए सॉरी आफी वी लॉस्ट यू व्हाट वर यू सेइंग
no, I feel that because it's
we lost you
We
again
lost him again.
no problem we'll get him back but yeah Ryan closing comments any questions you want to ask me or Vinay or anybody or any comments that you had
will Virat Kohli get any overs
he might he'll get one over in this tournament
In the warm up tonight
he'll
and
get it, he'll get it.
and who's the one player who excites you guys the most that you're really looking forward to watch
I can give you one batsman, one bowler.
Yeah, and an all-rounder also if you want.
Okay, fine. Vinay, you start first.
See, I know what you're gonna say. But for me, like, are you talking about any team or just particular?
All teams.
I would be really excited to watch Liam Livingston this tournament. Batsman
You want to see him? बोल रहे उसका जगह ही नहीं बन रहा 11 में तुम्हारे हिसाब से
बन जाएगा भाई तुम देखते रहो सब बनेगा लियम लिविंगस्टन बहुत इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर है
Liam he's a beast man एक तो उन्हें लास्ट कल पूरा
क्लियर कर दिया क्या के बाहर मार दिया शॉट
किधर मार दिया भाई
तो अगेन शादाब खान
oh by the way did you see that guy Junaid that guy Junaid
yeah he cleared it today
वाह क्या शॉट मारा वो जुनैद सिद्दीकी
109 meters
that was raw power
yeah that was insane man. And he was looking at it like this after he hit that six poza mara tha
so batsman Liam Livingston I think all rounder I would go Mitchell Marsh and bowler Murabani or whatever that
Muzrabani.
Blessing बोल दो भाई
blessing
Afi, for you Ryan's question is your one batsman one all-rounder one bowler to look out for
I think I'd go with bowler I'd go with Naseem Shah because I've always loved fast bowling and this kid is absolutely good the only problem is when he lands his front foot it's towards like fine leg or like it's at an angle so if he avoids that
very good observation
he's gonna have a really good career you know he would avoid a lot of injuries if he fixes that
if you continue like this you'll also have a career in cricket bus cricket for that's a really good observation
the analyst
and I feel Virat Kohli he's gonna score like 5 centuries this
it's a possibility
and all-rounder
I'd go with you know I was always feeling like I mentioned Hardik Pandya I think he's going to do very well so I'd go
he's
with
going to be the player if India going to win
Kyle Myers is my pick
because my prediction is India is going to win the World Cup and these two players are going to be absolutely you know brutal for that
मुस्ती आफ्ताब बुलाना शुरू कर देना अगर इंडिया जीत गई तो
you know who after the bowling role model after I saw you with a lot of pictures on Instagram you used to wear a headband right
yeah
Ashok Dinda was your man
I thought you were going to say Stuart Broad
I think like personally my all-time favorite was James Anderson since the start
by the way
I was a fan of rhythm always so
I'm a huge fan of James Anderson
That guy
Did-
in England and Mohammad, what's his name? Mohammad Asif,
yeah.
Pakistan. That
Insane.
guy's
Elegance.
that era of fast bowling was
Yeah.
absolutely legendary.
For me, I grew up watching. My heroes were Venkatesh Prasad, Javagal Srinath, we had Robin Singh,
Robin
we
Singh.
had Tinu Yohanan,
If
plenty
we
of.
if you look at in India, if you look at the 2011 World Cup,
Yeah.
I think Zahir Khan, man, like
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
I went to the Chinnaswamy Stadium to watch India
The
versus
tie,
England,
na?
which
Oh, you were at the game?
I was
Yes.
at the game, and like Zahir Khan and Tendulkar were absolutely
Andrew
crazy.
Strausby, I think, scored one of the best innings I
150.
think he
Yeah.
played. Yeah.
That was the best game of the World Cup, I think.
That was
Yeah, the
absolutely
tie,
right.
right? 338.
Yeah, it was a tie. It was heartbreaking in game because Zahir Khan did pull things back. But yeah, Vinay, sorry, you were saying something.
No, 334 game. That's what I said.
Yeah, 334.
So
Yeah,
Ryan, like you didn't answer your question, man.
yeah.
First, I'm waiting for Mustafa Bhai to answer. Then I'll answer.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't answer
so-
yet. Yeah, batsman, it's between two players, but Tristan Stubbs. I'm gonna go with Tristan Stubbs. All rounder, I'm gonna go. Okay, bowler. Let me go. Bowler is Kagiso Rabada, and all rounder, I'm gonna go. I was gonna pick Deepak Chahar, man, but he's not playing. But on a serious note,
Shardul Thakur.
the who do these guys have, bro? Australia, England. Ben Stokes, man, I forgot Ben
Stokes.
Stokes.
Ben Stokes.
हाँ, Ben Stokes मुस्ती
my guy.
डेली सो के उठते हैं Ben Stokes का नाम लेता है.
Yes, bro.
Ben Stokes.
So,
like-
wait kara tha,
like,
how you never
if
did
you-
mention Ben Stokes yet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ben Stokes, like mentioning Ben Stokes is like captaining Haaland in FPL. So like
Exactly.
everyone's gonna do that.
Bro, but the thing is, Ben Stokes actually has not taken this format by storm, right? Like the T20 is one format. He's lost a World Cup in 2016.
Yeah.
You know, he's lost an IPL final as well, although he did have a good season with Pune.
Yeah.
I
But he
think
lost
he's won a ODI World Cup and that's enough for him.
He
Not
needs
enough,
to
man.
open and just watch the magic Ben Stokes does. Him and Butler.
Yeah. Ben
They,
Stokes
they
for me.
should open.
Ooh, Butler, man, wicket keeper.
Ben
Butler is
Stokes
what
reminds like Ben Stokes is
Butler and
like
Stokes
very
open
good
karna hai, my
bowler
opinion.
as well. He reminds me of Shane Bond back in the day.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
generates pace and he has that like angle towards like that in swinging angle towards his bowling is absolutely too good.
slightly slow. Shane Bond was the best in swinger of a
Yes.
cricket ball. The way
उसका
he-
पूरा एक्शन ही ऐसा था ऐसा
Yeah,
अंदर
ऐसा था.
कॉनकेव था तो
Yeah.
अंदर ही आएगा बॉल तो बहुत जबरदस्त था लेकिन
Yeah. Ryan, bolo.
Acha, batting mein, I'm looking forward to watching who is Temba Bavuma. And
बैगन के बातें हैं पूरे ये.
no. I'll be honest. I'm
Titan that I was
forward to watching.
for Zimbabwe.
No. David Warner, apna boy, Hyderabadi boy,
Yeah.
the heartthrob of Hyderabad. And then in all-rounders, I'm looking forward to actually watching. I hope West Indies win tomorrow. So Kyle Myers,
Yeah.
I want him to open, bowl for them in the power play. And bowling is my boy Mitchell Starc. That's my
Mitchell
first.
Good shout. But yeah, I think that wraps it up. It was a great discussion. Really enjoyed it. There's plenty of cricket to look forward to. So hopefully we get you guys on. And whoever is watching, make sure you like and subscribe. We're a new channel, so any support will help. We have our football channel as well, which is growing and doing well. So hopefully we can do well. We have a lot of talented people coming on the show, like Vinay, Rayan, Aftab, who different time zones, but they all watch the cricket. They have their different opinions. And it's that we're not going to give you something. We're not going to give you all. We're not octopuses. We're not going to give you predictions for games, like in terms of for betting this and that. We don't know what's going to happen, but we'll analyze the game. We'll preview the game in our own way. We'll have different types of predictions. Ryan thinks Bavuma is going to be the leading scorer. It's an opinion. We all have to enjoy it and respect it. So hopefully.
For those who are watching this for the first time, you'll get my opinion of Bavuma on previous episodes. Just go ahead.
But yeah, wraps it up. Any last comments from you guys?
Mostly
Yeah.
based on that prediction, hopefully people don't stop watching your show.
But that's what I'm saying.
I
This
just-
show you can ask. That's what I'm saying. You can predict anything. That's the fun in it, right? What if it comes true? What if Pavuma starts anchoring every innings and chasing totals? We
If
don't know.
Bavuma
what's gonna
starts
happen.
anchoring every innings, then I will, I will take all of you guys to Taj Krishna when you come back.
Done. रात में
Yes.
क्यों भाई? अब तो flight भी arrange कर लो. We're all three outside of India, so you have to
Yeah.
arrange the flight. Yeah, I think Vinay and Aftab, you'll have to set your alarms early on Sunday. It's going to be a difficult night for you because there's rain also predicted. I suggest that you keep your phone on silent. Just check and then go back to sleep. Check and go back to sleep. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be a difficult night on Sunday, but you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah,
Of
hopefully.
course.
Yeah, and we'll catch you guys soon. Thank you so much for joining. And that's it from now. We will catch you tomorrow with tomorrow's action. And yeah, take care, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
bro.
Thank you.